Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the United Nations. It's an honor to join you today in this virtual event leading up to our celebration of the MSME Day. We talk about our MSMEs being the lifeblood of the economy, and now that we are facing a once in a century crisis, the health of both our people and our economy are in a dire situation. While we're seeing people getting sick and hospitalized, we are also seeing businesses downsizing or closing altogether. In the case of the Philippines, when community quarantines were imposed, around 26% of the MSME ceased operations, 52% went on partial operations, and only 22% remained in full operations. Thus, in March of 2020, the government acted fast to craft and approve a law to address the urgent need for swift and efficient measures to minimize the effects of the pandemic. To keep the businesses afloat while on lockdown, a moratorium on the payment of residential and commercial rents falling within the period of enhanced community quarantine was imposed without incurring interest, penalties, fees, and other charges. A 1 billion pesos enterprise rehabilitation financing facility was made available through the Small Business Corporation, which is an attached agency of the Department of Trade and Industry, and this is to support the financing requirements of the micro and small businesses affected by the economic impact of COVID 19. Existing borrowers under the Small Business Corporation's microfinancing program were also given moratorium in the repayment of existing loans. Our Department of Agriculture provides a survival and recovery program for small farmers and fisher folks affected by community quarantine with 0% interest loan assistance so as to help ensure the availability of food supply. The Department of Trade and Industry now focuses on retooling and reskilling entrepreneurs who have been forced to close their businesses due to the pandemic. For this, we have a livelihood seeding program that provides online training as well as livelihood starter kits for micro enterprises. The national government is also providing a wage subsidy for affected employees of small businesses to help mitigate the impact of quarantine so that affected small businesses can retain their employees during the quarantine period. We also have a shared services facility project, fabrication laboratories, where we provide MSMEs with free machines and equipment to improve their competitiveness. And I am happy to share that our Fab Labs are now producing personal protective equipments or PPEs, ethyl alcohol, face shields, and aerosol boxes using digital fabrication machines such as the 3D printers, laser cutters, and others. SSFs, on the other hand, are producing face masks and face shields. Production of such items is being made to address the supply gap that the Philippines, like most countries, is experiencing at this time. At this time when people are forced to stay at home, we need to offer alternative modes of buying and selling basic needs and other necessities. Thus, we help MSMEs transform their business digitally. For this, we offer a series of free webinars where enablers across the entire e-commerce ecosystem provide their expertise and experiences on how to take advantage of the digital space. As nations relax quarantine measures, business will have to start opening up again and gain the opportunity to recover. It is going to be hard. For the brief period that they have temporarily ceased operations, they will have to return to the unpaid bills, wages, and other operating expenses. On top of that, consumers remain cautious while COVID 19 lurks. While we do recognize the grit and resilience of our entrepreneurs, they will need every single bit of available support. But as mentioned in the Philippines, we are dealing with COVID 19 through the Bayanihan spirit or a sense of communal heroism that calls upon every member of the society to do their part in carrying the weight brought about by this pandemic. Our government sets the policy to provide all the programs earlier described. Businesses, big and small, are contributing to the recovery efforts by repositioning their enterprises to stay relevant through leveraging digital business solutions and innovating business models. NGOs continue to lend a hand in making sure marginalized sectors of society are receiving the support they need. The academe helps provide the brains, so to speak, behind the major decisions we're undertaking at a time of utter uncertainty. This whole of society approach through the Bayanihan model is something that we wish to share with everyone in the United Nations. In difficult times such as this, every single one of us is called to be a hero, to move forward, and to heal as one. Thank you, and I wish you all a fruitful day ahead.